So Brandon, I'm hearing, you guys have been working together, real estate, buy, sell side, loan origination. You have some crazy programs right now. First Front Door program?
Yes. That's
What is that? Why do people need to know about it?
It's a grant program that comes out actually today. Is when we start taking applications.
No April Fools.
No, April 4th. It's a $5,000 grant that can be used towards your down payment or closing cost. It's geared towards lower to moderate income households, first time home buyers. What it is you would send in your income information. I get you approved for the grant. There's a couple stipulations. Number one, if you get the grant and you're approved for the grant, you need to own the home for 5 years after that.
So somewhere you're planning on staying.
Yes, so it's for owner occupied only. But if you have $1,666, which is what you need to have into the deal to get this grant,
That's it.
you'll get $5,000.
It's like a cruise.
It's free money, and only other requirement is you need to do a first-time home buyer class, which we set you up with. It's a great program, and it's geared towards first-time home buyers. And call us.
Have you noticed that a lot of people that are first-time home buyers are not sure if they can even, maybe they're thinking that they can't even get in a home when they really can't?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, everyone calls me, and we just got a call a couple minutes ago and said that I'm trying to save up about $10,000-$20,000 to buy a property next year. Next year, these rates could be like 5, 6. I mean, we don't even know where that mortgage payment could be $100, $200 more. We're gonna get them in now. Or at the end of the day, if you have $2,000, we could get you into a property.
So you're saying if they wait longer, the interest rates go up, their payment could be more every month. And that over 30 years is like mad money.
Yeah, and
that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And it hurts their buying power over, so this year they can buy for $200. Next year they can buy for $180. And with housing prices going up, you're getting less of a house by waiting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and this is free money. Like, it might not be here forever. Like this grant, once it comes out today, there's limited funds, so there's only a certain amount of applications. So it runs out usually like July, August, something like that.
Yeah, they have a certain amount of allotted money for these grants. In years past, they usually last into July. There are more banks offering the program, so we don't know. They did a lot more money.
Okay.
Here it is. Like, if you get your grant approved, and I put your application in and get the grant approved, that money is secured in your name, that $5,000, for the next 6 months. You have 6 months to use that money. So it's not like you have to buy a house tomorrow, but it's giving you that time period to, get yourself under contract. Even in that last month, they will extend it if you're under contract. And you're not going to close for another, 30 or 45 days.
That's important enough.
Yeah, so...
if you're thinking about waiting.
Exactly. If you're thinking about waiting, don't miss out on the grant program. You have to have a mortgage pre-approval. So I can't get you approved for the grant if you have, a 540 credit score. Yeah. Once you get the mortgage pre-approval done, you send me your income docs, I can get the grant put in place. That gives you that, if you were to get it put in place now, you have all summer to find a house.
And something that, correct me if I'm wrong, if someone reaches out to you and maybe they're not in a position right now to do it, you follow up with them.
Of course.
And you're consistent with that.
Yeah, if you're not in a position to do it, I'm not the type of loan officer that's going to say, sorry, can't help you, your credit's not in a position where you're ready to buy. I'm going to say, sorry, we can't do something right now, but here's what I need you to do over the next 60 to 90 days to put yourself in a position to buy. I've been doing this for 14 years, so I know what somebody needs to do to their credit report, whether it's pay down the balances on their credit cards, eliminate some old collections, whatever it may be. I can educate somebody and say, here's what you need to do over the next 60 to 90 days. And I follow up. I say, hey, remember we talked a couple months ago, did you do what we needed you to do? The people that did it are serious. They're the people that become buyers. The people that don't, you wonder how serious they were at the time. I still try to nudge them a little bit further. I say, hey, listen, if you want to be a homeowner, this is what I need you to do. Because honestly, most people think they have worse credit than they actually do. I pull their credit and say, hey, listen, you're not that far off. People say, I have bad credit, I can't buy.
You feel like that's a big limitation with people in the business?
They feel like it is. And when I say, listen, yeah, you did have some credit issues in the past, but you don't need to have perfect credit to buy a house. That's a common misconception. You don't need to have a 740 score to buy a house. So if you're below, 640, 620, I can try to push you to a position where you'll be there. Once you're there, there's programs out there that, that are available, FHA, PHFA, things that, we can put you in that are low down payment, first time home buyer programs that are excellent.
So Brian, I understand why you're doing business with Brandon now. This guy's a wealth of knowledge. So how can people watching this get more education from you guys? How do they reach out to you?
You can call me at any time, 215-292-3886.
267-266-5337 is my cell, or my office line is 215-642-8069.
You're like an algorithm.
Yes.